Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi One Day Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi. So last episode, Rika pretty much told us every single detail of the Hinamizawa syndrome, right? The disease that's been causing all of the problems here in Hinamizawa. And she also told us how she herself is very, very special to Tokyo, to this place, to Takano, to Ire, to basically everyone, right? Because she was the queen carrier, and if she dies, chaos will erupt, right? So that was a pretty cool episode last time. Told us everything that we needed to know, right? So yes, let's see what happened today as the friends are still waiting for Oishi to arrive here, right?
腹減りましたね。
With Kuma-chan.
途中で食事に寄った方が良かったんじゃないですか？
そうですね。もうすぐ8時か。
Why, they need to stop for food? Like the friends need your help now.
お昼が遅かったから忘れてました。とりあえず話を聞いたら、おたふくにお茶漬けでも食べに行きましょう。
Okay, after hearing her story.
警官を4人行かせてましたよね。交代を送らないと答える頃ですね。フルデさんが気を利かせて出前でも取っててくれればいいんですがね。
Oishi and Kumagai had passed through Okinomiya and were getting closer to Hinamizawa. They hurried on their way, driving through the dark streets.
フルデリカの全てを話そうっていうのはとても気になるっすよね。
多分相当とんでもない話が飛び出しますよ。
Imagine if Rika told everything that she said, right, to her friends last time to Oishi. Will Oishi believe it? I don't know.
あの村はね、本当の名前は鬼ヶ淵村。
Maybe though, maybe, right?
鬼ヶ淵ってのは沼ですからね。沼の名を冠した村なわけです。
The Demon's Abyss.
沼なだけにそこが知れませんね。フルデリカの護衛ですけどどうします？
彼女の話次第では秘密の場所にかくまった方がいいでしょうね。南沢ってのは村が丸ごと魔物の腹中と同じなんです。あの村の中では何が起こるかわからない。とにかく聞いてみないことにはわかりません。
フルデ家の当主が命を狙われていて、園崎家次期当主はそれを守ろうと思っている。そんな状況下で誰がフルデリカを？あとは君吉家くらいしか勢力が思いつかないです。
君吉家には臭い話は聞いてないんだけどな。やっぱり村には信仰を軸にした狂信的な勢力が隠れてるってのかな。沼の底がどうなってるのか楽しみです。
The road they were on was cutting through the rice fields, leading them to pass by the scene of Jiro Tomitake's murder.
高野が富武を放置した。そこまでは間違いないと思いますが、富武のあの異常な死に方は一体何だってんでしょう。鑑識のじいさま、覚醒剤は出なかったって言ったんですよね。
確かに薬物反応は出なかったそうですが、だからって絶対なかったって保証はありません。この世にはおかしな薬なんてきっと無数にある。それら全部が間違いなく使われていないなんて保証は誰にも出せませんよ。自分が知らない薬だから実在しないなんて、そんな傲慢は刑事が口にしちゃいけない。あったからにはあるんです。だからきっと富武に首をかき破らせる薬は実在する。そいつは犯人逮捕の折にたっぷり喋ってもらいますよ。あるいはフルで理科が話してくれると一番嬉しいんですがね。なクマちゃんも今回の岐阜の件で決めつける捜査がどれだけ冤罪を生み出してきたかよく分かったでしょう。
ありゃひどかったっすね。あいつうちの署に嫌がったら俺でも許さないところです。
結局最後まで間違いは認めてませんからね。岐阜県警はあくまでもあの死体は高野美代だったで通すつもりのようです。でもうちは高野美代生存でいきますよ。あとは県警同士のトップ会談で決着するでしょう。向こうのボンミスは確定してるんですから。認めると怒られると思って躍起になって上塗りしてるんですよね。いやはやそういう体質は改めないといけません。
The car suddenly shook. The concrete road had ended, leaving only gravel. At that point, where the gravel road begins, you're officially in Hinamizawa. They continue to drive through the woods for a while.
クマちゃん、ちょいと止めて。
Okay.
は
Obishi had told him to stop immediately. Kumagai quickly slammed on the brakes. Their seatbelts tightened up, keeping them in their seats. But why?
どうしたんですか？
あの車、何やってんだろうな、こんなところで。
Okay, so I guess Oishi noticed the mountain dogs. Oishi tapped on the rear view mirror. There was a van parked just off the road. Rather beat up, it looked like it was used for a private company. There was no reason for someone to park their car here, especially at this time of night. Kumagai also thought it looked suspicious. Kumagai. The car seemed empty, but there was a light flashing in the woods nearby. Probably a flashlight.
不審ですね。こんな時間に。それにしてもよく気づきましたね。
いつも言ってます。刑事は四六時中目を皿にしてろってことです。何やってんだろうな。不法投棄かな。まさか死体埋めてるんじゃないだろうな。
Dumping something illegally.
あるいは刺激不足のアベックかな。車のセンスからしてそれはないか。なあ、沖宮 PS どうぞ。聞こえてるかな。なはは、こんばんは、さようなら。
こちら沖宮 PS 関東良好です。
車両ナンバー紹介お願いします。獅子骨ハノ4344。
Shishibone City.
不詳獅子骨ハノ4344。
Why don't they say the numbers though? I think yeah, when they're talking there, they're saying it, right?
少々お時間もらいますがよろしいですか。
お願いします。
おいさん、地図で見るとここ電話会社の施設がありますね。
電話会社の施設って何ですかそりゃ。
It was listed as a facility, but it wasn't staffed. It was just a place where machines were installed. Kumagai wasn't sure how telephone lines actually worked, but either way, it seemed like some kind of connecting device was located there.
普通のワゴンだよな。電話会社にゃ見えませんね。
電話会社ならそう書いた車で来るはずっすよね。
委託の伝説業者か何かの可能性もあります。直接聞いた方が早そうですね。
Oishi wasn't sure if that was the case. After all, why would any phone company go to do maintenance so late at night? True.
ちょいと行ってみましょうか。フルデさんたちを待たせてますからね。パパッと行きましょう。
そうっすね。
His well-honed detective instinct was trying to tell him something. This feeling wasn't one that Oishi could easily explain. He has a strong sense that something was suspicious without any real reasoning behind it. Oishi trusted that he could judge other characters with that sense.
ウグイス2よりウグイス1。車両が1台停車。2人降りました。おそらく刑事です。そちらへ接近中、1分未満で接触します。
Okay, they actually even noticed Oishi as well. It was pitch black, yet they could see the two newcomers clearly. I mean, they probably have like night vision and stuff, right? They were probably using a night vision scope, yes.
了解。全隊員注意せよ。
But how many actual people are here though? Like, Okonogi said there were like 20 mountain dogs, right? So, but who knows, maybe there's more, right?
ウグイス2から5はグリーンライトを待て。ウグイス7から8は前後 100m のクリアを確認せよ。
待機了解。ウグイス4、5聞こえたな。
ウグイス4了解。
ウグイス5了解。
ウグイス7了解。
ウグイス8了解。
ウグイスより本部。ウグイスより本部。電話設備工作中にトラブル。私服警官2名の職質と思われる。発砲許可を申請。
Oh, request clearance to open fire. Oh no.
本部了解。許可を待て。
Oh my god, they're gonna kill Kuishi? By the time Uishi and Kumagai reached the phone facility, they were being watched from all directions. They were two pairs of binoculars and two sniper rifles pointing at them. Jesus. The Mountain Dogs operatives worked in a two-man unit, a sniper and a spotter, to secure the means of retreat. They had all taken different positions so they could shoot Uishi no matter where he tried to run. They were all in camouflage suits, hiding deep in the woods. Uishi, of course, had no chance of spotting them. The snipers had their rifles trained on the detectives' heads. Uishi and Kumagai had no idea that they were on the verge of losing their very lives. Oh my god. The sniper rifles had their safeties on, but a flick of their thumbs would release them. In other words, they were ready to shoot if given the order. The detectives found the fenced-in machinery right behind the parked van. There was a sign there saying that it was a property of the Nippon Telegraph and Telephone Corporation, and another sign warning people to keep away.
どうもこんにちは。
I mean, yeah, these guys, yeah, Oishi and Kumagai have no match against those guys. Those are pretty much special forces, right? And yeah, they have much better equipment, much stronger equipment, and much more people with them.
すみません。作業中ですんで入らないでもらえますかね。
There were 4 men working there wearing blue overalls. They had a toolbox open and were working on some wires.
どうも仕事中お邪魔してすみません。警察の者でございます。いえね、不思議なところに不思議な時間に車が止まっていたもので、どうしちゃったのかなと思いまして。
そうですか。お仕事ご苦労様です。うちらももうちょっとで終わりますんで。
おたくらどちらさんです？電電の人じゃないでしょう。
ああ、失礼しました。おこのぎ電気設備工事と申します。
Okonogi Electrics.
あれすいません。名刺を切らしちゃってるみたいです。
おこのぎ電気設備工事さんって会社どちらです？
But the thing is, if you're officers, right, and you're doing this, you don't even know that you're being watched here. Right? Yeah, Oishi knows that there are people here, but he doesn't know how many, right? And he doesn't know that they were being already targeted by snipers.
はい。沖宮になりますけど。
会社の電話番号と住所を教えてください。
なんでそんなこと聞きますか？
電話番号忘れちゃいました。
Oishi looked at them with a piercing glare. Their response was very suspicious. Usually the vehicle of an electric company is full of various types of electrical equipment and repair tools. However, the van parked there had nothing inside and it looked just like an ordinary car. Also, a company vehicle usually has the name of the company painted on it. But this one was just a plain van with no markings in it. None of that was a reason that Oishi found them suspicious though. It was their attitude that bothered him. They didn't sound nor look like typical contractors. They were obviously not electricians. It was far too late in the day and there were far too many of them. They were also clearly suspicious of Oishi. However, that was all he could tell just by looking around. He found them suspicious but had no idea what they were up to. One of them told Oishi the phone number. Kumagai wrote down the number so he could ask the station to call and confirm it was real.
私らそんな怪しいもんじゃありませんって。
あんたら怪しすぎですって。一体何者です？委託業者なら作業写真用に作業前作業後とか書かれた黒板とかあったりするでしょう。そういうのもないですし、だいたいあんたたちの雰囲気が違いすぎます。
おまわりさん、そんな意地悪言われちゃかなわないです。勘弁してください。私ら早く作業を終えて帰らなきゃならないんです。
Judging from their progress, it didn't look like they'd be cleaning up anytime soon. In fact, it almost seemed like they were just getting started.
もう化けの皮は剥がれてんだよ兄ちゃん。電気屋に化けるときはまずバイトして勉強してからにしな。
Oishi raised his voice threateningly. No, Oishi, no. The members of the mountain dogs gradually started to look more and more annoyed. Oishi looked over the expressions and gave them a big, wide grin. However, Oishi had no idea. He thought he could handle the suspicions or suspicious people with no issues. Of course, in reality, they were horrific demons that he had no chance against. Yeah, they were surrounded basically right now. If someone gave the order, yeah, they could have shoot them. Meanwhile, Kumagai was heading back to the car. He was intending to contact the police department. He was going to call the station using the radio. Then in turn, the police department would contact the NTT. That way, it would become clear who they were really dealing with.
本部よりウグイス1発砲許可。
No!
ウグイス7クリア。ウグイス8クリア。
The sniper was still aiming at Kumagai's head as he headed back toward their car. The safety, that last line protecting Kumagai's life, was disengaged. The sniper put his finger on the trigger. He was wearing a glove with the fingertips cut out. The finger poking through the hole was very rough and merciless. For as soon as he slightly moved that finger, he would take someone's life.
ウグイス1より狙撃班オールグリーン。
Kumagai heard a quiet noise. It was similar to the sound of a jump rope that he used to use as a whip when he was little. And that was the last thought Kumagai had in this world. Collapsed onto the gravel. Oh no. That was it. Yeah, honestly, like, you cannot really dodge a sniper, especially if it's not that far of a range, right? It's so fast. Like, yeah, you could hear it go off, but then you will get hit. You cannot dodge that. He didn't even twitch. But the thing is, yeah, like, for them, it's okay to kill Oishi now and Kuma-chan, right? Because, yes, if they were intending to kill Rika anyway, right? And chaos erupts, and they would kill more people, so what is two more, right? What is two more detectives that may stop their plan right now, right? Oishi was laying on his back on the concrete after getting shot in the chest. His lungs were filled with blood, which began to pour out of his mouth. Oishi only realized that he'd been shot when the world began to blur before his eyes. As his world keeled over, he saw a man in a work uniform leveling a gun at him, but it didn't matter anymore as he started drowning on his own blood. Oh my god, it's so sad. The help we needed. Yeah,
沖縄
dead.
TS より大石社どうぞ。
They're gone.
先ほどのナンバーが判明しました。大石社どうぞ。大石社応答願います。あれ電波悪いのかな。大石社応答願。
Dude,
出ませんね。
what can police do to special forces though? Yeah, what can they do?
大石さんが車両紹介？
Like those people are a different breed.
誰の車だよ。
村人の車ですね。至って平凡な。
何者だよ。大石さんが聞いてくるからにはただ者じゃないんだろ。
突起事故欄は完全に空欄ですね。
Yeah, big mistake was they stopped there. Yes, they should have just went out toward Rika or the Furude house or the Furude shrine.
S 号指定もなし。
They did not expect, yeah, for them to get attacked like
減
that.
点もなしだし。
パッシングでもされて腹が立ったんじゃないの。あの人根に持つとなかなか忘れないタイプなんだよ。
ウグイスより本部。2名を射殺。作業を再開。
本部了解。警官の車両処理は慎重に行われたし、サンサウグイスは警官2名を排除。作業を再開。
Honestly, don't even need to dispose the vehicle, right?
おやすみなさい、大石さん。
God damn, look at what she's wearing here. Evil, very evil.
私の尻尾をつかめてもう一息だと思ったでしょうに。残念ね。コーヒーをもらえるかしら。
どうぞ。しかし厄介な展開になってきましたね。 R 宅には依然私服警官数名とそれから友人数名がいるそうです。 R は自分が今夜殺されることに感づいているとしか思えません。作戦が漏れています。
Dude, I fear for every one of her friends. Yeah, most likely some or if not all of them will die. Yeah. Like this chapter has started as very nice, very fun, very perfect. Sure, you had like the Satoko part there that it kind of was sad, kind of depressing a little bit, but pretty much, yeah, this whole chapter was just it has a good mood to it, right? Because of them helping each other. And now we're at the serious part of the chapter, and the people are dying now. Not a curse, not something like that, but people are doing that. Evil people.
やはり決行は延期すべきでは。
明日の朝には死体が見つかっていないといけないのよ。お偉いさんたちの日程上、その日が一番都合がいいって話なんだから。作戦は決行します。
The crucial part of this final mission was the death of Rika and what came after that. They couldn't just kill her whenever they wanted. Doing it at the right time was vital.
山犬による過剰な警備にかえって過敏に反応したのでしょうか。
違うわね。漏洩じゃない。予言よ、あれは。富武の死と、そして私ですら知り得なかった偽装死体の状態まで知っていた。あの子は女王なのよ。南沢の頂上存在の頂点に立つ女王で、巫女で降臨したるお社様の血脈に連なる正当な末裔。神を欺くことなどできない。知られるのは宿命だったのよ。フルでリカをあっさり暗殺などできるわけがなかった。いいわよ、リカちゃん。あなたと私、どちらがお社様の伝説を受け継ぐにふさわしいか 勝負しようじゃない。あなたの死はお社様のたたりの最後を飾り、この村の伝説のフィナーレを飾る。私の作り上げた物語はその時こそ本当のたたりになるの。
It is now past 8 p.m. Mion ordered some noodles for us, for a treat. We also ordered some food for the 4 officers and we all ate together. We were supposed to call it a night as soon as we talked to Uishi, but he's still not here. However, we all took it easy, assuming that they'd get here sooner or later. It is getting late. Once you get to Hinamizawa, there aren't many places to get something to eat anymore. I am sure having a quick dinner before coming here. Or I'm sure they're having a quick dinner. But they're dead. However, the 4 officers seems anxious. They all had families, but Uishi didn't tell them how late they'd have to be out here. They're hoping that Uishi will bring other officers to relieve them so they can go home. They called the station, but all they said was that Uishi was on his way. We should wait because he'll be here soon.
遅いね、大石さん。渋滞にでも巻き込まれたんだよ。ちょうど帰宅ラッシュの時間帯にぶつかっただろうからね。おまわりさんもお昼からずっといてくれてるんですのよね。交代が来てあげないとかわいそうですわね。
そうだな。何時に終わるのかもわからない仕事って疲れるもんな。
警察の人には休んでもらって、私たちが夜景にでも立ちます？聡子のトラップワークで不審者の接近を阻むとか。甘いですわね、シオンさん。ここは私とリカの家なんでしてよ。常に二重三重のトラップが張り巡らせてありますわ。そうなんだ。神社で遊ぶときは注意しないとね。
We had our stomachs full, the mood in the house had returned to a light-hearted one. True. We shouldn't be so relaxed, but knowing that Uishi would be here shortly made us feel relieved. But he's so late. He said he'd be here in an hour. Mion mentioned he might have gotten stuck in traffic, but I'm sure Uishi was considering that. That's why he told me I'd take him. And now it had been 1 hour since the time Uishi was supposed to get here. I want to believe that he's getting something to eat on the way, but I'm starting to get concerned. I wonder what's gonna happen. It's gonna be very sad. Uishi still hasn't shown up. It's almost 11 o'clock now. The officers are completely exhausted. They had even started to smoke cigarettes outside. My friends are becoming tired too. Satoko is yawning. It's way past our bedtime now. Everyone else is getting tired and sleepy. We've been spending our time watching TV and reading manga. I can feel my fear succumbing to sleepiness. Today is almost over. I am going to survive the day I'm supposed to die. Does that mean I escape my deadly fate? No, I'll have to fight endlessly from tomorrow on. I was going to discuss that with Uishi. Since he's not here, I don't know what to do from this point on. Suddenly, the phone rang, breaking the silence.
Uishi-san ka?
もしもし、フルデなのです。
夜分遅くに申し訳ありません。沖宮署の小宮山と申します。
Komiyama, so I guess they're gonna be asking if Uishi made it.
すみません。うちの大石ですが、そちらにおりますか？
いいえ。僕たちもずっと待っているところなのです。
そうですか。わかりました。申し訳ございませんが、そちらに行っている警官に今から応援が行くので、引き継いだら祈祷するようお伝えいただけますか。
Oh, okay.
わかりましたです。それで、大石はどこに？
夕方頃、直接そっちへ行くと連絡があったきりだったので、てっきりそちらへお邪魔しているものと思っていました。大石と交代で警官たちが戻ってくることになってたのですが、いつまでも戻らないのでどうなっているのかと思いまして。
That's what I'd like to know, but arguing with the man on the phone wouldn't accomplish anything. I hang up and gave the message to the officers downstairs. It looked like everyone already heard our exchange on the phone.
どうしたんでございましょうね。遅いにも程がありましてよ。
何か重要な仕事があったりして道草でも食ってるとか？
それなら電話すると思うな。これから行くって電話したんだよ。これだけ遅くなったら絶対に電話してくれると思うな。
まさか東京って連中に襲われたとかか？
まさか
と言いたいところですが、リカちゃまの言うような連中が相手なら絶対そんなわけないとも言い切れないのが怖いところです。
多分休養が入ったんだよ。それで電話をするのを忘れてるんだと思う。向こうも大の大人、それも天下の大石だよ。そうそう簡単には消されないって。
来るなら早く来てほしいですわね。はあ。
Satoko yawned. Everyone laughs, but some of them are trying not to yawn themselves. We can stay up forever. We decided that we'd call it a night once the replacement officers arrive. I'm sure I've survived past the time I was supposed to die. That's probably because the police were protecting me. Perhaps both Tekano and the mountain dogs are also on my side and they took care of the murderer. I don't know who's changing my fate. Maybe my fate hasn't changed and I'm going to get killed soon anyway. I don't know if it's because of the police or because of the mountain dogs, but the only thing I know for sure is that I am still alive. Soon, I heard the noise of someone walking on the gravel in the shrine grounds. One of my friends suggested that it might be Oishi, but I doubt it. I don't want to expect him and be disappointed when it's not. I'm starting to think like Hanyu.
こんばんは。沖宮署から参りました。
Okay, so Mr. Komiyama is actually here now.
小宮山と申します。
It wasn't Uishi. Two of his fellow detectives had arrived instead. They were going to stay downstairs and have the 4 officers return home. They also told my friends to leave.
あとは私たち警察がいますので、どうぞ皆さんは家に帰ってください。ご家族の方が心配しますよ。
みんなありがとうです。刑事さんたちが来てくれましたし、もう大丈夫なのです。
本当に大丈夫？邪魔でなければ私たちも泊まるよ。
大丈夫なのです。第一、お布団も寝巻きもないのです。じゃあ明日。これからはなるべくリカちゃんと一緒にいるようにしよう。部活はリカちゃんの家でやるっていうのでどうかな。あら、それなら素敵でございますわよ。僕たちの家の床が抜けてしまうかもしれませんです。
違いねえな。
じゃあリカちゃま、私たちこれで帰りますけど用心してください。暗闇で一人になるなんてことは絶対しないように。
Okay.
気をつけますです。
Yeah, everyone is leaving.
じゃあね、また明日。
Are we gonna see tomorrow? But yeah, the mountain dogs are pretty much insistent that today is the day, right? It is very crucial. Even Takano said that earlier.
はいです。また明日。
See you tomorrow. Am I really going to see them tomorrow? I have no clue. I tried so many things over the past 100 years. I've done many things and I have memories of most of them. That's why I feel so scared on the day I die. It's the only day that I have no memory of. I don't even know if I'm approaching or escaping my death right now. All I know is that this fear is going to continue until I find some kind of solution. As I started getting ready to go to bed, Satoko suggested that I should sleep in my regular clothes rather than in my pajamas. She was thinking that I should remain dressed just in case someone tries to attack me in my sleep. Dude, it doesn't matter if someone attacks you in your sleeves, or in your sleep I mean. If you're wearing pajamas or your regular clothes, you run. It don't matter. It sounded ridiculous, but she was just trying to be considerate. I decided to do what she told me to do. Satoko seemed so sleepy until a few minutes ago, but she suddenly started passionately explaining to me all the traps she set on the shrine grounds. She assured me that the strangers will end up trapped if they try to sneak inside this building. To someone, it might sound like she was trying to brag, but Satoko was trying to make me feel better. After everyone else left, she noticed how scared I looked. Honestly, this is the most dangerous one now, right? I mean, everyone has left. Sure, there are some cops, but yes, it's only Satoko and Rika now. Some Satoko's kindness and everyone else's kindness. I feel it was the right decision for me to talk to my friends, even if that won't end up changing my fate.
Rika.
Hanyu showed up again. She looked upset, so she was probably still thinking that I could get killed any minute. But I'm actually starting to feel a little better. I might get killed tomorrow, but I feel like I can rest safely at least tonight. I am more concerned about the fact that Oishi didn't show up. Still, even if he didn't, the other detectives are here and we'll stay on guard downstairs without sleeping. As long as they're here, I think I'll be safe tonight.
どうしたの？お腹でも空いたの？出前じゃ甘いのはないからね。冷蔵庫のジュースでも飲む？
Hanyu would usually cheer right up when I suggested drinking some juice. But not this time. Her face looked pale as if she wasn't even alive. I mean, technically. Something out of the ordinary had clearly happened.
どうしたの？もうすぐ時間がやってきますのです。
Yeah, that sounded far more like a declaration than a prediction. Does Hanyu know though? Like when Rika is gonna die? Like she knows what's gonna happen in the world? Even Hanyu doesn't have any memories of my death. There's no way she can tell when I will be killed. However, she sounded so certain just now. Perhaps we can feel it in the very cells of our body? Our bodies understand fate far better than we do. Up until now, I felt reassured that we could get through it somehow if we're all together. But as I clung that life preserver with a hole leaking air, I was trying to drown in a sea of despair and struggling to keep my head above water. No, I can't let myself feel that way. I have to believe.
大丈夫よ、羽生。私は抗う。たとえ明日殺されるとしても、今夜殺されるという運命にだけは抗う。
Anya just gave me a look of faint sadness. That silence told me that my pitiful hope was going to push me down into a futile reality. I stared at Satoko as she continued to brag about her traps. If I'm getting killed shortly, Satoko won't be safe either. I quickly interrupted her talk about her traps. What happens now? The time was 1 in the morning. As it's hardly a big city, 1 a.m. in Hinamizawa is the middle of the night. The darkness here gets very deep. There was light leaking out from the first floor where the two detectives sat on guard, but everything else was pitch black. Even the moonlight seemed indistinct.
予定時刻です。
Oh
1階には
no.
刑事2名。
And they're gonna kill them.
2階は消灯してすでに1時間以上が経過します。本部より3佐。
こんなに月の綺麗な夜だもの。始めなさい。
But to hell with Takano, man. Her voice even annoys me.
刑事は排除でよろしいですか？
そうね。今夜、古出神社にいた人間は全てが忽然と姿を消し、鬼隠しとなる。
Everyone in the Furude Shrine will be demoned away.
それでいいわ。
I mean, yeah. So yeah, like the locals would say, oh, it was a curse, right? All of them has been demoned away this year.
本部より大鳥。作戦開始。保証の刑事2名は実力で排除せよ。なお発砲は許可しない。
Wait, what? You do not have permission to fire, but you terminate the two detectives, so I guess you're just gonna stab them?
繰り返す。発砲は許可しない。本部よりウグイス。大鳥が作戦を開始する。電話線を遮断せよ。
ウグイス了解。遮断する。
They had been working to disable the phone lines just in case their target tried to contact the police during the attack. That mission was what Oishi happened to bump into.
ほんじゃ始めるかいね。大鳥湾より全隊員へ突入準備。1階の刑事2名と2階の同伴者1名を排除せよ。
Damn, and the one companion in the second.
痕跡を残せん。発砲禁止。ガスも使えんね。
Dude, after all we've done, right, to save Satoko, and then now she's just gonna get killed by these guys.
テーサーを使え。単銃で武装してるぞ。撃たせるな。
おこのぎ、素人相手に手こずらないでよ。
まあ仕事ですんで。宮遣いの悲しさですわ。大鳥7、8前進。バックアップは周辺警戒を厳重にされたし。
大鳥7、了解。前進する。
The two men in uniform slowly approached the building. The mountain dog's uniform is gray, so it didn't blend in with their surroundings at all. However, it doesn't look as suspicious as real camouflage suits. Of course, they look suspicious enough creeping up to the house like that anyway. They could both see light leaking from the door and hear the voices of the detectives. Rika would typically use this sliding door to go get inside. The door was locked, but the mountain dogs had obtained a spare key a long time ago. They put the key in the keyhole, but it wouldn't go in smoothly. They were certain that it would make some kind of noise when they turned it. The detectives would notice them the minute they did that. They'd have to rush inside and defeat them in one swift burst. Phoenix's 7 and 8 glance at each other.
大鳥7より本部、準備位置に到着。突入指示を請う。
高野です。綺麗に決めるのよ。行きなさい。
了解。突入する。
He turned the key in a hurry and opened the lock. By the time the detectives turned around, the door was already open and the two mountain dogs had stepped in. They had aimed their weapons at the detectives while the latter were still turning around. In a fight like that, the first 2 seconds are the most crucial moments. Yes. They got hit. The detectives collapsed, making minimal noise. There were needles stuck in their bodies, and those needles were connected via the wires to the attackers' guns. Yeah, what do you call it again? Tasers, yes. In other words, the weapons those two had weren't ordinary guns, they were stun guns in the shape of firearms. Instead of bullets, they shoot out electric needles that electrocute their victims into unconsciousness. They would be non-lethal weapons that allow the shooter to capture their victim without harming them, but their tasers had been modified. The two dogs started walking up the stairs as soon as they confirmed the detectives were no longer breathing. But in the next moment, they heard a loud noise above them.
こちら大鳥店 R 以下2名が感づいた2階の窓から飛び降りたぞ裏の茂みへ逃走している大鳥4、5そっちへ行くぞ制圧しろ
大鳥4沈黙
Okay, Phoenix 4 spotted the two girls and started after them. But he suddenly stepped onto something hard. Satoko's trap. With a cheap sounding explosion, the area was filled with smoke. That was the trap Satoko has set using firecrackers. That had proven to be a very fortunate idea. The mountain dogs dropped to the ground, assuming that they were under fire. That gave Rika and Satoko a chance to escape.
なんなんですのあいつらは。リカの言う東京なんですの。多分ね。いいから走って。捕まったら殺されるわよ。
どうした応答しろ今の音は何だ
こちら大鳥5銃撃を受けた模様 R は突破した追撃する
くそ感触玉か何かだ畜生め
さとこちゃんねやるわね
ああ情けな近場の班は急行しろ人家に逃げ込まれたらアウトだぞ
大鳥18発見した追跡中応援を送れ
二人は土地勘が強いわよ早く抑えないと確実に見失うわ
This wasn't a game of hide and seek, it was a game of tag. Several men in uniform were chasing after Rika and Satoko. They weren't idiots, so they didn't waste energy on a futile act of shouting wait. This was quiet, a deadly game of tag in the middle of the night.
どこへ行きますのバラバラになって追っ手を振り切りましょうです落ち合うのはミーの家地下の隠し部屋なら安全だし外部と連絡も取れますです
Satoko had no idea that Mion had a basement in her house, but she didn't have time to ask anything about it under her current circumstances. All she did was nod. Bang! The next moment I felt my left foot catch on something and I fell down to the ground. I must have tripped on a rock or a piece of concrete.
Rika! Satoko wa nigete! Anta mo korosarechau!
But Satoko wouldn't move on without me. She came back to lend me a hand. I stood up without her help, but this cost us too much time. One of the men had almost caught up to us. I didn't know what to do. Dude, this is so intense. Yeah, these two little girls running away. How can they run against, yeah, like fully grown men, right? And those guys are special forces. They could chase them, like, no matter how far they ran. But Sateko, upon seeing him, quickly reacted. Sateko ran toward him and kicked him with all her might. Her foot landed right in his face. I wish I had a camera. But there were two more of them right behind the first man. I can see them clearly now. They're the gardeners from the landscape company. They were wearing the same uniforms Okunogi is always wearing. They must be from the mountain dogs. Now I'm certain that Takano is the culprit. And now that I know that, I can do something about it in the next world. Okay, Rika is expecting to die now, right? So she knows now that it's Takano. But if I die, will I lose my memory again? But yeah, that's the thing though, right? In her other worlds, we don't really know. Like if she actually saw who kills her, right? I was assuming that maybe she was asleep. That's why she couldn't remember anyone who killed her, right? Or who killed her. But I guess we will see, right? Once we finish this chapter and then we do the next chapter, if she still remembers. I can't die now. I need to survive so I can keep my memories. Sateko took something out of her pocket and threw it at them. It was something like sand and it blinded them. However, even that could only buy us a few seconds. Sateko tried to run, but she froze as soon as they aimed their weapons at us. And their stun guns are only shaped like firearms. Sateko, not knowing that, thought they were real guns. Knowing that she'll be shot if she turned and ran, Sateko tried to attack them instead. Of course, there are 3 of them. Most people would think it's impossible to drive them off, but Sateko didn't think about that. She had a 100% chance of dying if she tried to run away. Then she might as well fight back because she might have a 1% chance of defeating them. Sateko is determined to save me even at her own expense. But I can't stay in this world if it means losing Sateko. I am dying anyway. I'd rather die for Sateko's sake than lose her. But another me was shouting in my mind. If I don't survive this, I'll lose this memory. If I die without keeping this memory, this life and everything I've learned will all be wasted. Should I escape and leave Sateko behind? That's right, I should use this experience to my advantage in my next life. I should just let go of her in this world.
無理ね。それができる魔女なんかになれるものか。
But I know in my heart, there's no way I can win against these guys. I am sure their backup will get in here if we take our time to fight them. Should I fight them for her or should I leave so I can confront my true enemy? Are we gonna choose? Dude, can I save? Oh my god, why cannot I save? Why can I not save here? Oh my god, dude, I couldn't save. Sateko's bravery gives me courage. I couldn't save there. Oh my god, if I lose her, we're gonna have to repeat. I don't care if I lose my memories. It only took 100 years for me to get this information. I don't care if I have to spend another 100 years in the same June. I can't leave Sateko. But yeah, this is the right choice though. Like, yeah, you're friends, right? But hopefully, this is okay. I had noticed something. They're only aiming at Sateko. There must be a reason why they can shoot me. I guess right now, right? So I stood in front of Sateko to protect her. Just as I expected, they put their guns down and prepared to take us without weapons.
やっぱり黒幕は高野だったのね。私もバカね。あんたたちの正体を知りながら逃げることを選ばないなんて。でもね、私は逃げないの。ここであんたたちに殺されるのが運命だとしてもね。運命なんてね、金魚すくいの網より薄いって教えてくれた人がいるから。バカなやつらね。だからあんたたちは金魚が救えないんだ。
The next moment, one of them dropped to the ground. Heiichi had run toward him and kicked him from behind, right in the small of his back, and the dog was squirming on the ground. The other two tried to retaliate, but they were too late. Mion grabbed one of the guy's arms from behind and flipped him down to the ground. It must be some kind of martial art. I've seen something like that in an action movie before. Rena tried to push the remaining dog down with all her strength, but that wasn't enough to take him out. He tried to aim his gun at Rena, but she had already done what she was supposed to do. All she needed to do was get his attention. Shion had snuck up behind him and she fired a stun gun into his neck. The stun gun made a snapping noise and the dog fell down to the ground with the rest of his friends.
葛西のやつ改造済みとは言ってたけど、こりゃ効きます。
But yeah, she used that stun gun though in it showed in What's Nagashi, right? The chapter. And it was very strong. She used that on Mion and other ones.
シオン、こっちの連中にもお願い。
大丈夫か、さとこにリカちゃん。まさに危機一髪だったな。お前らの足が速いんで追いつくのに苦労したぜ。
ずっと待っててよかったね。張り込んでた甲斐があったよ。張り込んでたって、あの後お家へ帰らずずっと見張っていましたの、皆さんは。帰り際にね、すっごく不審な人がずっと草陰に潜んでて神社を伺ってるのを見つけたの。
いやー、よく見つけたよな、あの暗闇で。レナには嘘も明細も通用しないってことだな。
So figuring he would leave if they spoke to him, they secretly staked out that suspicious man. They started following as soon as they heard the sound of the firecrackers.
まさかここでみんなに救われるとは思わなかったのです。
とにかくここにいたらすぐに応援が来るぞ。どうする、これから。
私たちミオンさんの家に逃げ込むつもりでしたのよ。地下でかくまってもらえるとかいう話で。
地下最後殿ですか？確かにあそこなら都合がいいです。しかもあそこ武器も隠してませんでしたっけ？
The problem is, will you make it there?
そういうのは言わない。とにかく私もうちに逃げ込むのは賛成。あそこには秘密の通路がいくつもあるから連中の裏をかけるよ。
なら急ごう。追っ手が来てる。
A white van was approaching us at high speed. It obviously belonged to the mountain dogs. The van stopped not far from us and more people in uniform jumped out. There were at least 6 of them. If we all run the slowest, runner might get caught. So we should take them down while we can. I don't know if they have a license, but Mion and Shion knows how to drive a car. We can take their van and get away from here.
6人だ。ちょうどいいね。全員の全力でぶちのめして車をいただこう。
それは明暗ですわね。
そうと決まりゃ速攻だぜ。
The mountain dogs were ready to chase us. They had no idea that we would try to attack them instead. Rena is always the first one to make a move in this kind of situation. Dude, honestly, I'm so scared for these guys, right? Like, come on. Yeah, someone is gonna die here for sure. She immediately singled out one dog and punched him in the nose. Another one tried to grab her from behind, but Keiichi kicked him in the side as hard as he could.
おいおいレナ、やり合うときは背中を気にしろよ。
ケイチ君に任せるよ。よろしくね。
レナさんの茨城時代ってめちゃくちゃ興味あります。というか、人殴るのに躊躇なさすぎ。
スタンガン使うのに躊躇ないあんたが言わない。
Given that Shion had that stun gun, the mountain dogs were reluctant to go after her. They were scared of the very dangerous weapon she had in her hand. But thanks to that, Shion had stopped one of them for certain. It was fortunate for us that they didn't have guns of their own. They had no way of countering Shion's stun gun. Satiko attacked him from behind. She encircled his neck with a jump rope and pulled. What? Shion followed up quickly by hitting him with her stun gun. What was I doing during all that? The only thing I can do is run around and try to get their attention. They're pursuing me after all. They want to catch me more than anything else. But that leaves them open to attacks from my friends. Keiichi had already hit the one trying to grab me. I think we have a chance here. We may not be able to take all of them down, but we can try and find a chance to escape their vehicle. Or to escape to their vehicle.
とんでもねえ奴らだとビビっていたが、どうやら俺たちと同等程度みたいじゃないか。
みーちゃんの部活メンバーはつまりそのくらい強いってことなんだね。
恐れないというのが多分強さの秘密ですね。お姉の部活は遠慮ってやつをなくす訓練みたいなもんですから。
If we all fight together, we can win this 6-on-6 battle. If any one of us wasn't here, they'd beat us so easily. We'd end up dead. If my friends hadn't stayed behind, I would have been killed by now. We can do it. We can make it. The dogs Shion took down with her stun gun were starting to wake up. The ones that we knocked out earlier were also up and chasing us again. We have to get out of here. This isn't a time for me to just be running around.
ちょうどいいわね。やってやるわ。
リカ。
羽生、あなたは相変わらず諦めてるんでしょ。諦めない悪あがきがどれだけの力を持つか、そこで見てなさい。私は打ち破る。私たちは打ち破る。今からね。それをあなたの目の前で見せてあげる。
よし、みんないいね。一撃で決めるよ。目の前の敵を一人撃ち倒せ。それから車を奪って逃げる。
はいです。僕もやりますですよ。
気に入ったぜリカちゃん。よっしゃ行くぞー。
On Keiichi's signal, we attacked 6 of the mountain dogs in unison. Time gradually slowed down. I truly felt like I was trying to overcome that impossible wall of time and change my fate. However, time continued to slow even further until it stopped. What was going on? It felt like the film reel of a movie had gotten hung up part way though. Like time itself has come to a standstill.
羽生、どういうこと？
その時が来たのです。
The time has come.
どうして？
Wearing a sad expression, Hani pointed at Keiichi. I finally noticed something. All my friends had noticed already. Except for Keiichi. No, is Keiichi the first one to fall?
ケイイチ、その胸の前に浮いているのは何ですか？
What?
何ってなんだよ。
Where did he get shot?
は？
Knifed?
これなんだよ。
Time had stopped. Just when Keiichi was about to hit his opponent, he didn't realize that something was floating in front of his heart. It was a metallic silver cone. That was the first thing I could think of. Was it a a bullet?
ケイちゃん。
なんだよこれ。まさか集団？
That exactly what it was. Oh my god, it's gonna start to fall now one by one. The bullet had stopped about 15 centimeters away from Keiichi's chest, just before it would enter his body. That's right, once time starts moving again, it will slam into his chest. In other words, it's too late. Keiichi will immediately die when time starts up again.
誰が撃ったの？だって相手は6人、誰も銃なんか持ってないよ。
I mean, obviously people from the outside then that did this. There are more of them.
あそこ、ワゴン車のところですわ。
Sadako couldn't point at the van. Time had completely stopped after all. We could see another person standing near the van. There had actually been 7 people inside. That 7th person was the one who fired the bullet. We hadn't seen her at all. That person is someone we all know very well, and it is Takano, that evil woman. Yes, it's Takano.
高野さんだ。高野さんが撃ったの？圭一君は？
In the frozen world, Takano was smiling, still aiming her gun at Keiichi. Takano had been watching us from the van this whole time. She came out and fired the gun, knowing that we hadn't seen her at all. No.
そっか、なるほどな。やっぱり黒幕は高野さんだったんだな。
どうしよう。ケイちゃん、なんとか体をひねってかわせないんですか？
バカ、無理なこと言うなよ。弾丸だって止まるくらいに全てが止まってるんだぞ。俺だって動けるわけがねえだろ。
なら時間が動き出すのと一緒に上半身を反らすんですの。そうすれば少しでも違うかもしれませんわよ。
Everyone was desperate to save Keiichi, of course. However, no matter how hard we thought, we wouldn't come up with any ideas to save him from the bullet. We were so desperate that Keiichi started to laugh.
なんかよくわからないけどさ。とにかくこうなっちまったものは仕方がない。時間が動き出せば俺は死ぬだろう。死ななくてもまあ少なくとも戦力にはならなくなるな。だからみんな今のうちに俺のことを諦めろ。そして目の前の敵と高野さんをぶちのめして車を奪うことを考えるんだ。
嫌です。圭一が死んでもダメです。そんな世界は嫌なのです。羽生、こ けられない運命だというの？大丈夫ですよ、リカ。忘れられます。
You won't remember this.
忘れられますから。
We need to remember this though. We need this.
嘘だよ、嘘だ。ケイちゃんがこのまま死んじゃうなんて。
やめなよ、みーちゃん。とにかく目の前の相手を倒すことに集中しよう。倒れるケイイチ君に振り返る時間をきっとケイイチ君は望まない。
ああ、そうだぜ、レナ。頼むぞ、みんな。リカちゃんを。
Damn, this is so sad, man.
まずはこの場を逃げ延びて、監督に連絡を取れ。多分、こいつらは大石さんをもう殺してる。だからあれだけ待っても来なかったんだ。みんな、生き延びろよ。絶対。
ケイイチ！
リカちゃん、最後の最後に、ごめんな。運命なんて覆せるって、大見え切っておきながら、最初にリタイアしちまう。
I'm going to have to retire now. Damn. I want to smack her. I want to smack her, honestly. It sounded just like Takano's regular laughter, but it was the scariest noise I'd ever heard.
根性の名残は尽きた？
高野さん、これで俺たちが負けたと思うなよ。
見終わったのね、走馬灯。
The silence suddenly ended and the clamor of reality returned. An explosive sound then hit Keiichi straight in the chest. I watched Keiichi collapse right in front of me. He fell down on his back while his blood splattered everywhere. And after that, he stopped moving. There's no way any of us weren't shocked by that. We tried to take down the foes in front of us, but more came from behind. We tried to struggle as best as we could, but there was no way we could win against all those adults. I did my best to fight them off, but they pulled my hair and picked me up as if I weighed nothing. I heard everyone's desperate screams of resistance. The comfort and courageous unity we showed right before Keiichi was shot was shattered like glass. Yes, because reality set in suddenly. The debris of that glass lay sadly on the ground. Takano's annoying laughter was still echoing inside my ears.
高野より本部へ。制圧したわ。私の言ったものを準備させて。それから死体がたくさん出るから処分の手配を。死体袋が5つと血を流すのに水がいるわね。
5 bags.
持ってこさせて。
She needs 5 bags. My body froze up, but time did not. 5 bags because you're 5 friends. Takano, laughing, pointed her gun at me and said, "Okay, let's take a break here for now. This is getting too much. Okay, let's take a little break here. Okay. Oh my god, man, what is this? Like, yeah, I expected them to die. For sure. I expected this to happen because, yeah, we had a really like fun most of the time, right, of this chapter. But yeah, it hit you very hard this last time. Like, it's very sad because, yes, everyone is here. Everyone is fighting together, right? Compared to the other chapters, like, yes, Keiichi is the only one who was fighting against Rena on the 6th chapter, right? Sure, the others helped, but by the end, it was only Keiichi himself, right? And then the other ones as well, when Keiichi was confronting Shion, I guess, right? In the other chapters. And then the one with the 3rd chapter with Satiko, right? He helped her and then he got pushed with all of the things that happened there. This is quite different because it's not about the curse anymore per se, I guess, right? These are, yeah, the bad guys finally showed up and now they're killing everyone, right? And yeah, first casualty or the first domino to fall was Keiichi. So let's see what happens next episode. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, I can't wait. So I think we'll end this. Yeah, we'll end this chapter in the next one, right? So yeah, we're gonna continue this and do more of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.